Ja, Thomas Tuchel, das ist gut, mein Freund. What's happening, people? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. I hope you are all doing well today. I really do hope that. Yes, this is kind of, but not a Chelsea news video. I will go back to the old format. It's just been so frantic over this last couple of days that I'm doing a more sort of linear type of editing. So, welcome back to the channel. There's a few things I want to talk about, 3 things today. Chelsea have officially announced their new 4th kit, off the field kit, but it looks kind of nice and I want to show you that and give you my opinions on that. Thomas Tuchel has taken his first training session. I want to comment on that. It looks pretty good. He was talking to certain players. And I'm going to speculate on a lineup for this evening's game. Ooh, that's going to be difficult. So get comfortable, subscribe if you're new. Content coming out faster than anything at the moment. 2 videos a day, so you'll need that bell notifications icon switched on. And please do show your love to me, Jan, by dropping a like on the video. Thank you. As we get into today's video. Right, so let's start off with the Chelsea new Nike 180 Air 4th kit thing that I don't really quite understand. I know they've done a Liverpool one too, and maybe some other clubs, I'm not sure. But anyway, here's 2 pictures of Hakim Ziyech and Tammy Abraham wearing the gear for you to stare at for a while and absorb it into your eyeballs. And you know what? I like it. When I saw the footy headlines leak, and by the way, this is just sort of further evidence that footy headlines are always right. They're always right with their leaks. Anyway, when I saw this sort of concept, I was like, yuck, I do not want that, I do not like that, get it away from my face. Seeing the boys in the kit, it looks flames. I absolutely love it. Which goes to show that you don't know, do you? Until you know. Yannick 2021. So I actually really like it. Of course, sadly, we won't see the players playing in said kit, but it's available to buy and you've seen the players in the kits modelling it. I might actually get this, I'm not so sure yet, although I have a bunch of Chelsea shirts and I never wear them. I'm looking at one right now that's really nice. Should be on, really. Chelsea YouTuber, Chelsea shirt. I'm sorry, yeah, you know. Anyway, I had to mention it because it's important, because it's been released and it's cool and I like it. So we've shown it to you, we've talked about it. Let's move on to the juicier stuff of today's video and talk about Thomas Tuchel's first training session with the Blues. Cool, so yeah, he arrived yesterday. I don't even think he's done a media interview yet. He wanted to get straight on the training pitch, as Thomas Tuchel was adamant he wanted to be the coach for today's game, which is friggin' mental if you think about that. He was straight in, got stuck in, you know, the team were doing rondos, but he was setting up his own drills, getting in the ear of everyone, talking about receiving balls, turning under pressure, getting out of presses. It was really interesting, and to be honest, it looks superb. I knew he's a great tactician, and I know he's very much a training ground coach, but to see him in his element was really, really positive. Getting in the ear of certain players, he looked like he spent some time speaking to Tino Andren, interestingly. But of course, there's the likes of the Germans, Havertz, Werner, and of course Christian Pulisic, who he knows, but he spoke to everyone and it looked rather interesting. It bodes well. I'm not sure how Chelsea are going to perform against Wolves. I don't know, maybe I'll talk about a score prediction or something, but it's nice to see him just get so immediately stuck in and have no reservations in terms of how he communicates. If you've watched my previous videos recently on this channel, I've gone into detail of what Thomas Tuchel is like as a man and a coach, and he is very fast to integrate himself within a environment, and he's a commanding man, and he could also be a charming man. For the faults that he has, we shouldn't expect any of those for a while if they do surface, but you can see all the benefits and you can completely understand why Chelsea Football Club went for Tuchel, and perhaps not just because he was an appointment of convenience, which I've been calling it, which of course he is, but he does suit the squad and he suits the particular needs right now of this Chelsea team. On a slight tangent, I've been listening to Michael Cox this morning on his podcast. He's a football writer and analyst. Read Zonal Marking, by the way, excellent book. He was talking about Tuchel's preferred type of technical midfielder, and the kind of attributes they were reeling off and talking about makes me think Mateo Kovacic. Now, there's articles saying that he really is interested in working in the midfield of Jorginho, Kovacic and Kante. Pretty much the Maurizio Sarri midfield. Maybe he watched a lot of Sarri's Chelsea, but it kind of makes you think, well, what about Billy Gilmour? What about Mason Mount? And, you know, other midfielders? And where's Kai Havertz going to play? I'm not entirely sure he's going to play with that midfield, but there is a lot of functionality there, and he can often like functionality in the midfield. But one player that did pop up to my head in terms of the players he likes is Mateo Kovacic. He likes technical players that can move the ball with their feet and carry the ball and play out of spaces. And to be honest, if you're a Chelsea fan, you're thinking, ding, 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 Mateo Kovacic, he looks like he fits the bill. But Tuchel should give everyone a look in, and he won't push anyone out because of status or youth or whatever. If it suits his football, that's what he's going to go for. Hopefully Mason Mount can be in there because he's been so good for Chelsea, and there is a certain level of romanticism of how much the club means to him and how hard he works for the club, as well as a lot of people this season saying he's been our player of the season. And I'm not talking about Chelsea fans, I'm talking about pundits that are not Chelsea fans. Who knows, we'll have to see. At the end of the day, he's got his ideas, and the priority at this point is Chelsea winning football matches. So it was pleased to see training went really well under the lights, starting at 6 PM. I don't know how long it went for. That was the second training session of the day for the Chelsea players, so they must be cream crackered. Hopefully they'll have a full rest until kickoff, maybe, I don't know, a half-hour chat. And who knows, maybe we'll get a media interview with Thomas Tuchel today. I'll be interested to hear and see that, and I'll probably make a reaction video talking about what he said to us and what it means, if you guys are interested. Anyway, let's move on, and I'm going to do this is going to be a long shot or a shot in the dark. I'm going to do a predicted lineup. Here we go. So for the moment, I'm not sure this is going to be the long-term starting lineup, but this is what I think might happen for the moment. I am going to go for a 4-2-3-1, but kind of a hybrid. Thomas Tuchel is known as a tactical chameleon. He will change a lot of shapes in-game as well as pre-match, and he'll keep a formation for a long time, but don't be surprised if you see him change. Well, maybe even a few times. So I've gone for this 4-2-3-1 hybrid. I've gone for Edu Mendy in goal, although interestingly, in the training video, you only saw Kepa playing in goal. I couldn't see any Mendy, maybe he wasn't there. There's going to be no surprise in the fullback positions. Ben Chilwell is Chelsea's first choice, as is Reece James. If Thomas Tuchel wants a dynamic, quick running right back, he's going to rely on Reece James. In the centre half positions, Thiago Silva will of course be there, his man at PSG and now his man at Chelsea. And alongside him, it will be probably, that's right people, Antonio Rudiger. In the deep functional kind of double pivoty midfield, I think we might see a renaissance of Jorginho and Mateo Kovacic. I know that might not sound very inspiring for you guys, but in terms of functionality for the moment, this might just be something Thomas Tuchel is looking for. And also, I think N'Golo Kante might still have a hamstring issue, so expect him to be in the lineup probably once he is fit. Now, Kai Havertz will be top of the list in terms of getting him going, I think, for Thomas Tuchel, and he's actually looked okay lately. He should be able to get in his ear and get the best out of him, as he'll know the player well. So I think he's going to be this third midfielder, number 10, playing up near the striker type of role in this lineup. Now, although I think his remit will be to get the best out of Timo Werner, I'm not sure he's going to drop him straight into this game. I think, perhaps, again, I could be completely wrong, Tammy Abraham might keep his place because this is a must-win against Wolves, and Tammy Abraham is high on confidence, scoring goals. It's not just his goal scoring, it's his one-touch combinations, which he should be able to pull off with Kai Havertz quite well. And I think when it comes to Timo Werner, Tuchel's going to slowly drop him in, maybe try and work on a two-striker formation slowly over time and bring him in, maybe not just drop in a striker with no confidence in front of goal in a must-win game. It's up to Tuchel to develop his confidence on the training pitch and maybe bring him on the pitch at certain times. Who knows, we might see Werner straight away, but this is just a theory I'm working with. When it comes to wingers, I'm going to go for Christian Pulisic on the left. He was being talked to quite a lot by Tuchel in the training. Of course, he knows him before, and he has been an explosive player for Chelsea Football Club. Yes, of course, Callum Hudson-Odoi is the form player, and if you're going by my Tammy Abraham theory, you'd be like, play Callum Hudson-Odoi. But I think he might just want some explosive running in behind with Christian Pulisic, so I've got a feeling he'll start on the left. And on the right, Hakim Ziyech. I think he'll value his infield passes far too much with his left boot, and if Tammy or Christian's going to be running onto those, I just think Hakim Ziyech on song at the moment is untouchable. He is such a superb creative player, and of course he's senior and he doesn't have any problem with confidence. To be honest, he never has. So that's my lineup. Let's talk about this game a little bit more and move on. Right, so Chelsea versus Wolves, will they deploy a back 3 system? Will they deploy a back 4 system? I'm not so sure. They are in a poor run of form themselves, but but they're still a strong team with strong players, and Nuno will want to take advantage of this shift of philosophies, this shift of coaches, the uncertainty in the squad, no one knows who's going to play. But with that, at the same time, the Chelsea players should see this as an opportunity to impress. So new coach, new beginning, new dawn, they'll try their hardest, and surely work rate and desire should come back into these Chelsea players now. Surely it has to, otherwise I quit. I'm joking. Point being, they should try and prove themselves, and Chelsea should win this game. I don't think we're necessarily going to keep a clean sheet, even against the sort of relatively misfiring Wolves, but I think we're going to win. I think the forwards are going to absolutely bust a gut to express themselves, and I'm going to predict we win this game 3-1. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Give me your score predictions, what you think of which players may feature under Tuchel, and what you think of that new fourth kit. I want to hear it from you guys. I'll be down there reading your comments, so hopefully you've enjoyed the content. Drop a like if you have, consider subscribing if you're new, make sure that bell's on because there's content flying out all the time. Enjoy the football, and I will see you later.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me baby.